once you made a panic move, now you have to justify your panic move. You can't make a second panic move. Then you're just labeled loser.
And you saw Flavio just like,
Yeah. Because he didn't show me anything last season, which made me think, oh my god, he deserves this.
neither did Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The first 4 episodes genuinely felt like, oh, we're episodic, and then the last 4 just felt like, no, we're seasonal, we're not episodic.
Yeah.
Like, how confused can you guys be? What's up, rookies?
Welcome back to a whole new setup.
Like I said, we had an upgrade package coming in, and it's here.
Yep, we have mics. We have 3 cameras.
As she very clearly pointed out.
Yes, and today's episode is one of the last remaining ones before the season begins.
Yep. Although I must say, I was a lot more excited on Thursday than I am on Sunday.
Yeah, we were really hyped up to watch Drive to Survive, but after watching it, I think we both feel differently.
I think the world's with us, though.
I have not looked at any reviews. I actually stayed away from reviews because I was like, I don't want spoilers. Not realizing watching the season
Made no sense.
and like just watching F1 is the spoiler for Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
Like I'm starting every episode like, oh yeah, I know what's gonna happen.
Like, bro, at least tell us something that we didn't know. Yeah. I have a notepad here, and I went through each episode, and guess what? It's everything that I already knew. I don't know one thing. At some point, I literally wrote down boring and insert on.
Oh wow, that's savage. Netflix. We were expecting more. We were expecting you to get some
Candid,
spicy.
Some spicy, candid moments, right? That's what you want. You don't want, like, fully staged George Russell sitting on a yacht with his girlfriend talking about Max. Pata hai wo bolega. Even with Kimmy, that scene was just so, like,
Which one?
forced when he's showing Kimmy around the tube. Like, bruv, what? Just because you know the cams that don't take shots at someone and pick up sound bites.
Like, I feel like the only unfiltered moment we got was Lewis making a face when Honor got the booze.
Oh, yeah. That and Lewis's entire trauma towards childbirth. Honestly, that's all I've picked up from this season of Drive to Survive is that Lewis is traumatized with childbirth.
And I was sitting there thinking, he said there was a girl I was dating and her sister was giving birth. And I'm like, was that Kendall and Kim? Was he hearing Kim Kardashian giving birth or Kourtney Kardashian giving birth or Khloe Kardashian giving birth?
Yeah,
that was what was going on in my head.
Yeah, but okay, you want to get into it a little more?
Yes. So I think what we're going to do is kind of just discuss our feelings and then do a ranking.
Yeah.
Top three
and the worst.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that. Okay. I'm going to start off. Episode 1, dude, that entire F1 75 thing was not needed.
Yeah.
Christian Horner getting booze again. Wow, I did not know that. But it just felt so forced. You know, every bit of it showing Oscar and Lando sitting together and trying to like commentate on it and then try to be so like head synced up. Like nobody buying it.
I watched the first episode and I was thinking if I had to rename it, I would just call it irony. Just one word, irony. Oscar and Lando getting along, irony. Honor praising Liam Lawson, irony. Jack Doohan getting an intro and all, irony. I was just sitting there like, having watched the season and knowing what's going to go down, this first episode's just stupid and hilarious, but not in the way which has me laughing out loud.
Yeah.
It just has me going, whatever, you know. So, yeah, first episode was a disappointment for sure.
The entire season was.
Yeah.
But that's where my disappointment began, to be very honest with you. Even after that, I think like I had written this down somewhere where it took me by surprise. Firstly, I have like quick fire rounds on episode 1. I'm just going to take all of them.
Okay.
I'm just going to go like shooting them, okay, like bullets. So get ready, guys. Firstly, why so filmy? Secondly, who dis when I saw Doohan, dude? When I saw Jack, I swear to God, I was like, who dis new number? Okay,
oh my
third.
God, savage.
I am changing Princess Peach's name to Auntie G.
Oh, nice. Nice one. Nice
Yeah,
one.
Ham's birth trauma we already spoke about. The F175 coverage was just trash.
Yeah.
I was, again, not buying the buddiness between Lando and Oscar. Did anyone see Toto smirk after Horner got booed?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
What was that, dude? What the fuck was that? Like, even if if it's out of context, shame on you, Netflix. Shame on you.
Yeah.
And if it's not out of context, Toto, you really didn't need to, man.
I think everyone at that moment was finding it cringe plus hilarious, which was where we all were. Because it's like Horner's trying to take it on his chin and be like, yeah, when you're the big dog, this is how they treat you. And I'm just like, I don't think so. I don't think so. And Liam over there behind the stage being like, they're gonna boo us too.
I was honestly quite surprised at the whole Liam arc through the season. They kind of justified everything. Sorry, they tried to justify everything. All they made us do is feel bad for Liam Lawson.
Yep, they really did. First episode was really not memorable. It was about the rookies, and you think we'd love that episode.
Yeah, like, I genuinely, like, at that point, I was like, oh, okay, finally the stories. Where were they? Where? I didn't see Hajar.
I guess the concentration was on Antonelli, which we get again in episode 6, which we got a whole series on. So
Not series 1. Movie.
movie on, sorry. The Seat. So we didn't really need it. I would have loved the focus to be on Hajar, who got P3.
Like, okay, you're releasing a show where you know the arc. You know Hajar's reaching Red Bull.
Yes, true.
At least portray him somewhere when you're talking. All you're talking about is Red Bull.
And like, as a writer or whatever, I feel like they could have done so much with Hajar's track, right? Crashed out in the first race, got promoted by
got
the
a
end.
podium in one of the races as well. He was P3.
Yeah, it's a really great arc, and they've completely missed out on it, which was sad.
It was
overall.
very sad. It was very, very sad.
Yeah. Moving on, I guess. Episode 2. I think the word I had going for that was cringe. Is that the Zach episode?
No. That's Strictly Business. The second one is
Strictly Business was about
Flavio versus Jonathan Wheatley.
Oh yeah, my word for that was depressing. I think it was just depressing.
For me, it was mirroring. Because I thought it was very well mirrored how both of the teams, again, like bottom level teams, both changing, both in like deep shit with their drivers. It showed what okay, this was one of my top 3 episodes, by the way, because it actually showed a side of F1 that we didn't get to see, because all we pay attention to is the top 5, right? We don't get to see what's happening at the bottom. We don't get to see what the repercussions of it is. So for me, this episode was very inspiring to see how Jonathan Wheatley was doing with stake, and how at the same time on a mirror's end you saw Flavio just like...
Yeah. So I must explain. The depressing is not because the episode was bad. I also actually quite like this episode because it gave us a few unfiltered moments, like Flavio going batshit crazy. But it was depressing because I think we began with Liam getting sacked in this episode. I think so.
No, this was where Flavio starts off with his house tour, no?
Yeah, and then we get into Liam getting sacked, and then this guy also being in Doohan getting like life threats and all. And then,
it was the whole Doohan scene that started off with in this one.
Which is why I said depressing, because I feel like there was just a lot of mock, like it didn't feel good to hear about how his car got surrounded and he had guns pointed at him, and then the way Flavio was talking to a driver, I was just like, man, that's depressing.
I had a couple of questions that came up through. One, main question. Where was Kush?
Oh yeah.
Where was Kush?
Oh yeah.
Reserve driver ka baat kiya. You all showed Hirakawa. You all showed the other guy. Where's Kush, man?
Kush, man, he needs justice, Netflix.
We saw him last year, by the way, on track. He did practice somewhere.
I know.
What? Forgot.
Not cool.
Not cool at all, bro. Represent. You gotta represent. Second, why is Franco not replaced?
I agree. I agree because now they are just like it's kind of the same with Yuki and Red Bull, right? Like once you made a panic move, now you have to justify your panic move. You can't make a second panic move. Then you're just labeled loser.
But I mean, they did that also. Red Bull did that also.
Yeah.
Still nobody's calling them loser.
End of the season ना एक season में 2 बार driver change करोगे तो you are
नहीं
just
ड्राइवर नहीं किया पर चलो पहले ड्राइवर फिर तुम्हारा पूरा टीम प्रिंसिपल.
हाँ वो तो है but I just mean like I think the Franco thing is kind of like a Yuki thing where they switched hoping for I don't know what miracle and it didn't pan out and then what do?
Yeah, I guess. But okay, next season, this season they could have removed him. Still, Franco Colapinto is in.
See, I feel like controversial, but I feel if he was not Argentinian, he'd not be here. Like the fan following he has, and probably the money he brings into the sport, feels like the only reason he's here. He has talent, but are there really no better drivers? I doubt.
I really doubt that.
Yeah. Because he didn't show me anything last season, which made me think, oh my god, he deserves this.
Neither did Drive to Survive.
Yeah, neither did that. Yeah, they gave him no personality. They gave, like, I don't know, like, they could have done such a good job of connecting us to all these new people in the sport, and they gave us nothing. You could have done what you did for Ricardo for one of these guys, but you don't want to spend that time and energy anymore on building these characters. Now it's just about, oh, ye event hua, fir wo hua, fir wo hua. You're not gonna
quite literally, that's literally how they're doing this shit now.
Which is not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, this episode I did get to see one of my favorite moments from last year. Hulk Speed 3.
Hulk Speed 3 was nice.
And also, something I didn't get to hear last year was what Gabby said to him after he won.
Oh no, it was there. I'd heard it.
Maybe I didn't hear it last time.
We also had our screening for Silverstone, so probably
maybe that's why. Yeah, but I heard it and I just wrote Gabby with a little heart.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I am surprised they didn't play up the whole Hamilton's never not come on the podium in Silverstone track. Like, you would think...
I'm kind of glad that they did.
I mean, for depression, yes. But for entertainment, that's a very good point they should have brought up.
Yes, they really should have. Considering the amount of times Silverstone was spoken about through the series, at some point, yes, it was worth a mention. But again, they're just going for sound bites at this point. They're not going for these stats. They're not going for actual candid moments. So, it's just... Yeah.
What was 3?
What was 3? Episode 3?
Yeah.
I hate Zach Brown, aka number one problem.
This was cringe. This is the one I wanted to label cringe. Bhai, every time Zach came on my screen, I was like...
Zach? I lost respect for Novak Djokovic also. Completely.
Who called his
tennis coach. Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah, every time Zach came, I was like,
Yeah, it was quite like... It's quite bad.
What was that speech? Like...
The legend speech?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of legends in this room. We have legends of baseball, legends of...
Wait. That was not here. That was in Vegas. That was in the Vegas episode. Oh, never mind.
Spoiler.
We'll come to more Zach moments.
There are too many I hate Zach moments, man. Which was a speech here?
There was not. This was the one where he says this Max keeps coming back. He's telling some legend, McLaren legend. This is where it is.
I think it's possible.
Yeah. This is where it is. And then he gets into we have 2 number 1 players and Yeah, this episode was fine.
This was the episode where I first wrote down what part of this episode wasn't public already.
Exactly. Like, I'm thinking about the episode and I'm like, nothing stood out.
What did we not know? I at least thought I'll get to know why Lando did what he did. The crash. I thought we'd get some explanation. Something from somewhere. Some motivation maybe why he's behaving that way. I didn't feel a thing. There's nothing I didn't know out there. Although the episode did help me get a very, very nice reminder that Oscar was wrong.
Yes, and Oscar deserved to win. I was watching this whole episode with my husband who was a Lando Norris fan going, look, Oscar was so much better. Look, Oscar was so much... Because genuinely, like, look at what he did from that Australia race where he pulled himself out of that grass. Anyway, you know what? Don't want to go down
the only nice touch in the entire episode was watching Hamilton's McLaren again.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that was a
This is
moment
also
my
where
heart
he was
met.
showing off his old cars and all
Yeah,
of that.
but for me it's a little special. That's the car I have a picture in.
Ah, okay.
So
No, that was all nice, but him just showing off just made me. I think I'm just very turned off.
turned
by
off by
that
Zach.
one,
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Also, one more thing. I have to take this shot out. Zach very clearly tried to hide under the British flag when it came to, oh, who do you think should win at Silverstone?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's
yeah.
like, oh, it's Lando's hometown, so maybe he should.
And did anyone notice how Zach only flies private with Lando? Where's Oscar, bro?
Yeah, they didn't show any flying with Oscar. They did show some like lunches and driving around track.
Whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever. Anything else in your notes?
Yeah, Kimi on P3 needed a lot more fucking importance than it gave.
Yeah, why was that here and not? See, if you're not going to go race-wise, make clear stories and combine it all
Together, right?
Then
Yeah.
at least it feels like a momentum thing.
That's the thing. The first 4 episodes genuinely felt like, oh, we're episodic, and then the last 4 just felt like, no, we're seasonal, we're not episodic.
Yeah.
Like, how confused can you guys be? Yeah, my next 3 episodes are literally 1 page. That's it. I had nothing to say.
Interesting, because
You had a lot to say?
no. Like maybe we'll get into it when we name our worst and best.
Yeah,
but
fair.
episode 4,
The bull
I
with
feel,
no horns.
yes. Firstly, great name.
Great name.
Secondly, it was the only one which gave us some insight with them pointing out how apparently changing Liam Lawson was not Horner's decision. That was one big, like little tidbit that got confirmed. Maybe there were rumors about it, but it got confirmed because Horner can't be saying that on Netflix if it's not true, I feel.
I mean, okay, you have to take into consideration that Horner's entire part was recorded after he was fired.
फिर भी मतलब वो आके मार देगा उसको.
कौन?
Our old man.
Helmut?
हाँ.
Helmut is done, Ray. Helmut is too old.
ठीक है, but I feel like
I did like him pointing out that Helmut uses the media to put pressure on. That was a good little inside thing that we got to hear.
And confirmation that Max had an exit clause. I feel like those two were big kind of confirmations for me because those were talking points through the season. And it kind of got, I mean, again, of course, anyone can be lying, but if someone addresses it, at least it gets a little confirmed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. But okay, these aren't the kind of points that people didn't already like have in the back of their head as it's for sure.
I don't know. I feel like for me it was we were right. Like
think of it this way. There was this scene, right, where Ted Kravitz asks Max about it. And Max is just like, why don't you do the commentating and I'll do the driving? And he tries to laugh it off. Ted Kravitz after that even said it, like, of course he can't say anything.
Yeah.
I have to ask the question as a journalist, but him answering it and not answering it, both is equal fuel to the fire.
I feel like at that point it was still conjecture. Like you would obviously be like, is Max just being Max who hates his media and says like, these one-liners like if my mom was my dad, she'd whatever nonsense he keeps saying, right?
That wasn't him, by the way.
He did. They said if the safety car thing had not happened, would Lando have won last year? And he said if my mom was my dad, she'd have balls or some shit like that. He had said.
If my mom had balls, she'd be my dad.
Dad, yeah.
That was him. Sorry, I thought you were quoting that other guy. If my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a motorbike. That was not Max.
No. But, he keeps saying these things. And, of course, we all kind of had an idea. Yes, there's a exit clause.
Yeah.
But for them to talk about it and actually speak about it, I feel like, for me, at least, it was the only point in this whole series where I was like, you've given me something. Thank you.
Fair. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah. So that was my thing for episode 4.
Episode 4, I had only one thing. And, yeah, I kind of agree with you on it. I don't think even Horner believed that Yuki could do it when he was asked. His face didn't have that look of confidence. Like, you know how he talks about Max?
Yeah.
You can see it, like, oh, Max is Max. But then when it came to Yuki, he's like, yep, I think he can do it.
It's obviously such a panic move. Like, who do you put there then? Not gonna put Hajar, like a 2-day-old rookie on it. So then you go back to the choice you
You
rejected.
basically.
It's like literally going back to your second choice. ब्रेकअप हो गया अभी जिस लड़के को मैंने ना बोला था 10 साल
हाँ,
पहले उधर
उसी
जाते
को
हैं.
लेके आता हूँ वापस.
So yeah, episode 5.
Sky's the limit. Sadness. That one was sadness.
Isn't that the science one?
Yeah, that was
Why
sad.
was sad?
I was very sad. Just
Why?
like Science Ferrari last season. Just
I
oof.
thought it was.
अपेंडिक्स निकाला है फिर भी रेस जीत रहा है. शाहरुख खान का आर्क था उसका. अब मतलब राजपाल यादव भी ना बने.
I don't mind the arc. I don't mind seeing James Wells and Science like feeling happy and Albin also like, you know, I didn't mind any of that. But what did I, again, as someone who watched the season, it didn't give me anything new. It didn't give me like an iota of newness.
I fully agree. In fact, the one thing I really wanted to see was Sainz running Albon's first race.
I thought they would show that, but they didn't.
They didn't even confirm whether he actually did it or not. And they really should have. They really should have. They missed out on one of the best moments they could have put into the season, not showing that part, honestly. I don't know what came over them not to show it, but...
Yeah, it gave me nothing new. Like, as a person, again, who watched the season, I started the episode knowing that Sainz is going to come P3 at some point. So then what am I... What, it's a recap?
Essentially. All we saw this whole season was a recap. There was nothing more to it.
Sad. Very sad. The less we talk about episode 6, the better. But sure,
I just have two things to say. One, you know, George doesn't say Ferrari, right? Ferrari. So that's why I've written it down that way. It's a Ferrari. Because I heard it like 3-4 times. I rewinded and checked. Maybe I'm hearing it wrong. He must have said it right because he's Brit. He says Ferrari.
Okay.
Sounds very banter boy, I must say.
That's funny. No, I'm sorry, guys. I am all for doing good podcast duties, but I could not watch this episode. I fully skipped it.
Yeah, that's a good one. The only other thing that happened was that Angela was seen for once in the entire season. I felt good about that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we didn't hear from her. We just saw her in the background.
I skipped it. Like I watched 15 minutes of Toro being like, we are the only big teams left or some nonsense. But I was like, what are they trying to show? Some made up rivalry between Mercedes and Ferrari for the number 2 spot?
It was very sad, bro. Again, this was something that nobody had even... At that time also nobody was following it. Nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah, who came second. Yeah.
They tried to... I mean, okay, I kind of get that they were trying to put importance onto how being second in the constructors can also be a win of some sort.
Why is that interesting for me as an audience to watch?
It wasn't. It just wasn't. They thought it would be, but it wasn't. They clearly fucked that up. Which is where my next comment comes up. And I wrote this down exactly how I want to say it.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it in a very
Yes, go for it.
The deeper we go into this F1 world, the more we realize that DTS is absolutely fucking useless.
Yeah, that's true. See, I feel like DTS has become now, for people who don't watch F1, okay, it's very, very much like DTS has made the sport big and, you know, it has got the sport following, but it's still for people who race idhar dekh liya, maybe watch some clips of it on Instagram and want to know what happened on the season. You put on the show, you will get a gist of what happened in the season, the drama that happened, the rivalries that happened. Because for someone who's watching F1, no value add. I have just wasted 8 hours of my life.
Correct?
Thank you very much.
Exactly. Like, I genuinely, man, I stayed up all night fucking watching this nonsense. I deprived myself of sleep for y'all, man.
It was
really disgusting, though. I was just disgusted by the end of it. I was just like, wow, thanks.
I really hope F1, if they're getting negative reviews, not F1, sorry, DTS. They take into account why they became so popular. They didn't become popular because they gave us good race coverage, or they built stories, they built characters, they made drivers humans, and I feel like they're missing out a lot. They're missing out on it, and they're missing out on maybe concentrating on the less popular people if needed. Like, Gunther
Yeah.
and how they made him into
Yeah,
such a
yeah.
thing. Concentrate on the side people if needed, but really get insight. We watch the show for insight. We don't watch it for you to show
recaps.
us,
I can
how
watch the
science came
highlight-
P3.
I can watch the highlights on YouTube for free, man. I don't need to pay for a Netflix subscription just to watch a recap in 4K. Like, no.
Sad but true. Sad but true.
Vegas also, the entire episode.
See, I
was
feel like we
just
can club 7 and 8 because it was
Yeah,
just
it was-
about
it was the same
McLaren literally almost losing their thing to Max.
Yeah, definitely. And
Being a colossal mess at the end.
my first thought for Vegas was, Zach, you need to hesitate. I'm saying it with my most disgusted fucking face I've ever made in my life. You really need to fucking hesitate, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
the
sorry.
whole him loving himself thing not going down. well.
Hesitate!
Yeah.
Think
yeah,
about that.
Yeah.
Also, Toto and Benny did not seem very candid. It did not seem real at all.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I'm talking about Toto and his son.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
entire
yeah.
scene in the gym.
What, was that in Vegas?
Yeah,
That was in Vegas. Okay, I thought I was in fifth. The Ferrari.
No,
It's
no.
all jumbled
The
up
duel,
in my
you
head.
thought
now.
it was
Yeah,
the
it
duel,
was.
right?
I thought
No,
it was.
it's-
And naming that the duel, there was no
What
duel.
duel? You should have just named it Place 2. That's it.
Number 2.
Because that's what the episode was.
Again, maybe as someone who wouldn't have watched the season, it would have been a great build-up. Oh my god, double DQ. Oh my god.
Even the double
Didn't
DQ.
pit up behind the safety car.
Dude, even the double DQ. Zach is very clearly on camera going like, yeah, at the end it's all my fault. What are you smiling for, Chomo?
There was this one.
At least feel bad.
There was
Honor
this-
used to feel like shit on camera. As villainous as he was, he felt like shit when he made a bad call. We all
There
saw
was
it.
this moment where they go like, oh, Netflix is recording behind us. Where Zach goes, are they checking or something? In episode 7, before the double DQ.
Yeah.
There's this moment where Zach is like, do they always check? That's what he says. And they say Netflix is
Recording behind us.
That felt like we almost got something, but we didn't. Because they are too damn aware that there are cameras. on
Cameras.
them.
I think okay, we'll get to it. But yeah. So, I don't kind of get what Zach was up to towards the end of the season. Neither do I get what Netflix was up to towards the end of the season.
Yeah, sad.
It's just, my entire notes is Zach hesitate, Zach's fault, Zach should... Oh! My favorite line, I forgot I wrote this. You know how episode 8 starts with Zach's book? How to gain 7/10 of a second?
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I renamed his book. Zach's book should be called How to Lose Respect in 7/10 of a second.
Yeah. How did he go from, a jovial guy who gets tattoos every time his drivers win a race, which is so cute, to what? How? That was a really quick turnaround.
Power of fame has fucked with him.
Yeah, I swear to God, it's gone
Quite
into his head.
literally, it's gone to his head, and there is... Yeah, I just hope they bring him down this year.
Yep.
He needs it.
So now we have our ratings.
Also, one last thing. You called the last episode Chucky. Shouldn't it then end with Chucky? Why am I seeing the end of the season like I didn't know who won? Thanks. Shouldn't it end with Max's catch-up story? Like, the whole point was, call me Chucky. The entire point is because Max said it out loud in response to what Zach said. So then that should be the arc now. I want to see how Max caught up to him and reached P3 in the fucking constructors. That's what I want to see. I don't need to see Lando won. Oh my god, Lando won. We know Lando won, bro. It was his first championship. Sabne dekha.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm ranting at this
I
point.
know.
But like,
I feel it, but I have no comments. Disappointment, that's all.
yeah. Also, the season kind of ended with a next season preview. Did you notice?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. You know what Flavio said in that?
What?
We're going to need a new car. Yeah, and in my head, I just went like, Flavio's complaining about needing a new car is so stupid because they're all going to get a new car.
I don't think I watched that deep. I just watched it's gonna be all new regulations. Will Burton just giving like a speech.
Yeah.
I just watched till there.
Yeah, I
That's it.
also, but there's one more line that really interested me.
Mm.
Is Lawrence Stroll for once seen
Yeah,
saying,
I saw
"Oh,
that.
we have every car that Max has won in is now being like
Yeah,
the guy who's
yeah,
designing
designed
those is
it.
designing our car." And then it takes me back to how I already know that like they're fucking up right now. Aston's in a bad place, so yeah, I
And
literally
I'm
just wrote, "Please remember the next season preview" with like XD written there.
and I just feel like Lawrence, even if he builds you the best car, who's gonna drive it? Your son? Huh? Anyway, why didn't you comment on that, Lawrence?
I think he might have to next season.
Yeah. So should we say our worst or should we say our top three?
No. Let's start with worst so that we can like build up to the good,
Okay, go for it.
Worst has to be the finale itself for me. For me, it just felt like uh, there was no need for it. There was no point of it.
Mm.
Thanks for not giving me any new information, I guess. Like, I'm just disappointed, After spending 8 hours on something, you kind of want at least semi-satisfaction. This is like...
I
I
agree.
have controversial shit to say, but I won't.
And I guess I ranted enough about it, and it's no surprise, but
Duel.
my worst DTS episode is the duel.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that the minute you started to describe it. It was very evident that you
I
hated it.
literally skipped it, so maybe if there was anything good, I missed it. But 20 minutes in, if you've not given me one piece of interesting news or one piece of
Also,
interesting,
Can
like
I just ask, Charles won Monaco last year, no? Or was it last year?
last year.
Did we see it even once?
Oh no, sorry, last year. Like,
We saw
yeah.
No.
That was a whole episode,
Yeah,
Prince of
yeah,
Monaco
no,
or
that's a
something
third
that was.
one.
But for me, okay, last year DTS, I mean,
It was still good, dude.
it was good. Like that episode where they gave all 5 of them phones and left them like to go
Yeah.
wild. Like even that I will take. Like that is great. Like I'm getting to know them as people and
Science's
getting
entire
information.
contract decision. It was so good. Like, yes, these are the things that we don't know about and would love to know about.
Yeah.
What was going through his damn head that he picked Williams? What did JV say to him that sold him on it? Because even this season they've spoken about it. They've spoken about what JV must have said to him to like sell him on the idea or whatever. But like now we know.
Now it's just like beating the same bush
Yeah,
like 300
yeah.
times. Not interesting. Yeah.
So yeah, y'all really dropped the ball on this one. Now
Our top 3. Okay, we'll go 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
go.
So, yes, in our favorite DTS episode, my third favorite is episode number 2, Strictly Business.
Nice.
Because I feel like I had no idea about the man that is Jonathan Wheatley. Like, I think I have come out of that episode having such, like, respect for him because of how sweet he was and just about him saying, I don't want to be like my ex-boss Fabio. I want to build this whole team
Supportive
around.
environment for everyone. Yeah, that's kind of why like I placed it somewhere else, but this is why it's in the top 3. It's a great motivating episode where you're building a new character into the game. Yes, nobody knows who Jonathan Wheatley is, so to see him, to understand his point of view, yes, that's what I want more of.
It was really interesting, and of course, like then to see the victory for like Sauber, it was a touching moment during the season, F1 season as well, and as an episode as well. I think it was great to see how they both operated and to see the good guy come out on top, as in Jonathan Wheatley come out on top, was a great moment.
Fair. For me, Bull with No Horns was on 3.
Okay.
Because, we got a little light exposition of things we didn't know about. But other than that, I just feel like the way it started, with the whole Lawson going down thing and then taking it from there to how, now Yuki's coming, but Yuki's also not performing. It was, if nothing, it made me feel for Lawson as I should have last year. Because I didn't empathize with him last year.
Yeah.
Especially after the constant thought of, you flipped Checo off, you deserve to have something bad happen to you. But I didn't expect it to be that bad on him. I'm not saying it's as bad as Duhan when he's getting death threats.
Yeah.
But to get yanked after 2 races is just, it's not the best environment to be working in for anyone. So I put that on number 3 because that was a little bit of an eye-opener.
Interesting.
What's number 2 for you?
Nothing. But if I really had to choose, seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Maybe number 1. And literally I'm choosing that out of Lewis's really funny reaction. They're talking about babies coming out and Charles saying, I think I'd be the same when he has... he just inserted himself into the convo. So, maybe. Like, and a few that, okay, manicured but funny moment between George and Kimmy, fine. I have no other episode that could go on that spot.
I agree. I completely agree. Episode number 1 takes the second spot.
Joint spot, okay.
We agree on that.
My number 1.
I'm very curious.
My number 1 is Bull with Horns.
No, really?
Bull with no horns. Yeah.
Damn, so we're switching 1 and 3.
Oh, yeah. I kind of guessed yours would. Yeah. So my favorite was Bull with no horns because I really liked the end of him reading out Toto's message and how he replied because, we've seen these two be
fierce enemies,
fierce competitors, and then to have, that is an insight I think I valued, to hear Toto's message to him and to see how everything aside, they recognize each other as good competitors. And they liked competing with each other. I think it left me feeling a little warm and fuzzy. And feeling bad for Honor, which I can't even believe I'm saying. But again, him and his wife, seeing his wife's reaction to the news, it was all... That's what I want this show to do to me, right? I am seeing a piece of news I already knew from a very different angle now. I'm thinking about Honor's family. That whole recap of Honor's journey really got to me. I'm thinking about how, yes, this man made mistakes, but he did get this team and he did make this team what it is.
Definitely.
So, I came out of that episode feeling all these mixed emotions, which I think is a great sign of a good piece of content.
Yeah, I agree.
And really, really, really enjoying hearing Toto's and Honor's exchange.
Yeah, for me, that was the reason I picked Strictly Business, the episode number 2, to be on 1. And that's purely because of how, I felt the mirroring of his ex-boss and now how he's trying to be while they're both doing the exact same job for 2 different teams. It's a very classic story, but in a real-life situation. So for me, that was it was quite inspiring. I was like, let's see you change the world, dude. Go for it. I want to see this.
That's cool.
I want to see you be better than someone, genuinely hold yourself to a higher standard. That's nice. Plus, of course, like I said before, talk about a new character. That's what I'm here for. So
and it got me excited to get to know Jonathan Vitti because now he is going to not be team principal of Stake.
He's team principal to Audi. Yeah, it's a whole different dynamic now.
Yeah. What did they say the group of team principals is called? They said something.
Did they?
They're called something.
Oh, the group, na? He says.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm forgetting. And his wife asks, "Are you part of that?" That was
something. I can't remember it.
I can't.
I genuinely can't. But
I'm sure you all know what we're talking about. Yeah. So, last thoughts, I guess, about DTS is you can skip if you watch the season.
Yeah. If you thoroughly followed the season, skip the show, guys.
Yeah, nothing new, nothing interesting. Maybe just watch episode 2, 3, and which is the one we named? 1, 2, and 3. Just watch those 3.
1, 2, and 4, na?
Why 4 now?
Because 3 is number 1 problem.
Oh, sorry. I keep mixing this up. Only watch 1, 2, and 4, guys.
Yeah. Also, please watch 2, and in the start, there is this very, very funny image of Flavio being multiple things. One of them being Batman. Fucking hilarious. Absolutely fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I think if y'all thought differently about Drive to Survive,
please drop it into the comments and like, share, subscribe, guys. Come on.
Come on, guys. Come on. We're back with season 2 for y'all. We've got mics.
We've got mic upgrades and all now.
We've
Come
got
on, support
3
us.
cameras.
You've got to support us, guys.
Yes, so we can do more cool
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, for sure.
And the next episode is going to be our season predictions. Oh my god, I'm stressed.
Season predictions and walking into this season itself also.
No, next one's not that. Next one we're just doing our predictions, and then the one after that is Australia.
You do realize Australia is on the weekend after, right? When are we going to shoot it?
Oh, so we're going to be talking about like what we think is going to happen. Yeah. That. I thought you meant like reviewing Australia.
No, we'll do our season predictions and our race predictions is what I meant. That's what I was trying to get at.
That's a lot of predicting.
That's a lot of predicting. For one day.
Guys, we need to sign off because I need to start planning my predictions.
See ya!
Bye!